Okay, so welcome everybody. We are recording this session to put it in our YouTube channel, but remember that I edit everything and parents don't show up unless they give us permission. I'm going to start with my report. My first topic, let me look for my picture here. This was sent this week by the police department. So last year, there were 51 motorcyclists killed in New York City. As you know, and as you've seen in the neighborhood, um, we have motorcycles now going up and down the streets, the sidewalk, and everywhere. So be very careful when you walk on the sidewalks. Always be attentive to your surroundings. Look back because now with the electric scooters, you don't hear them coming, and sometimes they pass you by very quick, thinking that you are not going to move, and all of a sudden you turn and you want to cross the street, and there you go. You find yourself with a scooter right next to you. Okay. Last week, I sent emails for whoever needs information on vaccination in the area. Morris Heights has vaccines available, and also the church is also doing the COVID test. And today the church was giving out food. I'm not sure if that's going to continue throughout the week, but as soon as I get a chance, I'm going to show the phone number for the church so you could give them a call and inquire. They were giving boxes of food to whoever needed. So that is something that is important for a lot of people that are in need. Showing my screen again. I know I say this every week, but believe it or not, I always get people telling me that they didn't know that we had a help desk and that we could help the children connect their tablet and troubleshoot remotely. We have been doing that for more than a year, and I still get the same surprise answer that they didn't know. So we go to ms390.com, and when you log into the website, you will see all the shortcuts here, and the last shortcut here is the help desk. Your child clicks there and will be able to talk to us and see us real life. Usually it's myself, Mr. Ortiz, and Ms. Carr, Ms. Poe, and so on. Also, if the link doesn't work, they could go like this and copy the link and put it on the Google Meets app. So again, one last thing. Let me go back to MS390. I know that the parent that was talking earlier were saying about making plans for the summer. So one of the links here is the DOE calendar. You can click there and it will take you to the official website of the DOE where you have information about everything. So, but here we have the calendar. And if we look at May, we're going to see that Thursday, May 13, there's some schools are closed, and also May 31st or Memorial Day, school are going to be closed. So then we have a few half days during the month of June, and as you see, June 25th is the last day for this year. Once we enter May, the summer schedule will be available, and you will be able to see the year 2021, 2022. So you will be able to plan your summer vacation, your Christmas vacation, and all of those important dates for your family. So that is always there for you to get 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All right. Thank you very much. Is there any questions? Ms. Poe joined us, so if Ms. Poe wants to answer the question about when is graduation and everything that's going to happen in June with seniors.
Thank you, Mr. Duran. Good afternoon, everyone. The virtual moving up ceremony is going to be June 25th. We are going to have a meeting with 8th grade parents the last week of May to answer any questions pertaining the design of the virtual ceremony, so you all can have an idea how it's going to look like. But right now, we also have put on the school website a video giving you all the details about what's going on in the 8th grade. So when you get a chance, please visit ms390.com, and where it says 8th grade link, you are able to see a short video. It's about 10 minutes where I talk about all the latest updates regarding the 8th grade activities.
Thank you, Ms. Bo.
Mr. Mercedes, all yours.
Okay, well, so I want to thank you guys again for giving us always the opportunity to share your space and to be amongst you. It for us is just the best thing that has happened to us. We know that it's always good to look at the bright side of things, and I think that although this pandemic has really provided us challenges that oftentimes we can't overcome, but the fact that we were able to come to you twice a week to share information, it has been a blessing. What the DOE and the Department of Education is now planning for is summer school. We are going to be offering in-person instruction starting on Monday. For us, it really doesn't make much of a difference because one of the things that we've been successfully doing for the past year and so is providing students with live instruction remotely. And so we have been very blessed that we have been able to deliver that for you. And so my only hope is that the delivery of that instruction is going to culminate soon, and our students are not going to have the gaps that other schools are going to have. So that is something that we're very proud of. One of the things that I also want to mention as we begin to is just that we need to take a step back and just look at how things are going. For us, it's going to be a process. For our kids, it's going to be a process to reintroduce students to schooling. Schooling is not going to be the same as before. We all know that. And so it's just to have the patience as we move through these uncharted waters. And I thank you, because today we had parents call requesting letters, and we don't have secretarial services on site. We have it remotely. And so for us, it's been very easy to really address the needs of families, especially during this time where they are requesting, face-to-face letter, and we have that process. And I think that all you have to do is just go on our website. You can call the school, or we can connect you with our secretary, and those letters can be given to you guys remotely. So if you have a request for any documentation, feel free to come to the school, call the school, or meet us online. And we have, Mr. Duran was saying that there's a help desk. There's been a help desk ever since, we went on remote, and use that help desk for any issues that you guys are encountering. Summer school. So as we said a couple of weeks ago when I gave you guys the information, and I gave you guys the information before it was out officially. And so, summer school, the date for summer school, we're going to begin July 6th. And this is only for middle school, because there are two, they also are elementary school, and the elementary school ends a week later and includes Fridays. And so for the middle school, the calendar is from July 6th through August 12th. And the time is from 8 to 4, and is Monday through Thursday. That's for us. For the elementary school, Fridays are included. So one of the things that we as a school are now in the planning stages, as we next Monday we're going to have teachers apply for summer school positions. Based on the number of teachers, we're going to be able to allocate the number of seats for summer school. We don't want to get in a situation where we have so much need for summer school and not enough people to deliver the summer school service. So we're going to try to be cautious about how we provide summer school services for our school community. We're going to be focusing on our curriculum to more or less address those learning gaps that might arise due to the remote learning. We're going to do LifeSail, IXL, and we're going to focus a little bit on interventions, trying just to find out where we need to fill those gaps, because September is actually coming. In terms of who's going to be mandated and who's going to be asked to come to school for enrichment purposes, we're still working on that. I know that Ms. Carr and Ms. Poe are going to be added in terms of providing us a list with students that they feel that every child should benefit from summer school. The issue that we have is that not every teacher is going to apply to work summer school. So we have to look at who we're going to target first. So we're going to target Ls, or we're going to target students with disability. So we just have to come together and begin our planning phases. As we plan for summer school, we are also planning for September. One of the things that we want to do, which is has excited me, is to prepare all classrooms with the capacity to offer remote instruction as well as in-person instruction. And so that requires a 360-degree camera. That requires the facilities have to be adapted so that students at home can have a similar experience to students in person. The fact that you just cannot take a laptop and turn the camera on a laptop and try to capture the experience of live instruction in a remote setting. So our goal is to do that, right? Is to capture, is to turn live instruction and remote instruction and have that symbiotic relationship where a child who's at home can experience practically the same thing as if it was in person. One of the things that we want to do is that we're predicting that there are going to be families that are going to be opting or requesting remote services. There are students that understand that they are able to function better remotely, and so they're going to ask for those services. And so yes, we do want to open our schools for everyone. We understand that oftentimes there's still uncertainty about whether or not the schools are safe, but that's a personal decision, and we'll support whatever way you feel that you need to go. We are preparing to offer both remote and in person. I know that the city has not made an official announcement. I know that the mayor has said that there has to be an option for families who are still concerned about the safety, but nothing to that point has been agreed. But we want to take a step forward and begin to prepare in the event that there is that option. Right now, at this point, there is no option for remote services once summer school ends. One of the things that I want to ask that you continue to engage teachers, hold those accountable, right? Have those conversations. If you need to go into a classroom because your child is in that classroom, you can go in and request either through the chat or feature or emailing the teacher requesting for a conference. And if you're having challenges with that, feel free to send me an email. You have Mr. Duran, who is an advocate, and so we'll get that meeting going. But let's hold us accountable because that's all. We at the end of the day we work for you. Right? If you don't hold us accountable, life is going to go on, and business is going to be as usual. So I urge that if there's an issue, if there's a problem, if there's a question that you have, that you can try to email or call us, or even tell your kids to provide you with the opportunity to have a conversation with the teacher. One of the biggest problems that we're going to be facing once September comes is the legalization of cannabis, which is the marijuana. As you know, it was rampant when it was illegal. And so the anticipation is that once it's legal, it's going to be even, rampant. And so we want to make sure that we understand that, in our school, we should respect people's privacy as well as space. There's nothing that we can do if there's no consequences for that because it's illegal. We're hoping that the DOE in its wisdom provides some guidance on how to deal with the issue of the cannabis issue and the legalization of marijuana, and how we're going to move forward as a school. That hasn't not been mentioned yet. So I'm hoping that I'm able to push some buttons and to see if the DOE can provide some clarity on how to handle that. Just today we were able to confiscate one of those electric cigarettes. And so, all we can do is confiscate those things. And so, if we're having those issues with those 10 kids, imagine when we have 500. So I'm urging you guys to really address that with your kids and make sure that they understand that although the legalization of marijuana is already fully in effect, that has no business in the schools. And that's it for me. And unless there's any questions, I'm here to answer your questions. If not, we can begin to provide you with an answer in the weeks to come.
While we get your questions formulated, you could write it on the chat. I want to share what Ms. Nieves wrote on the chat, just in case that you have no option to see the chat, or you don't know how to do it. This is the Davidson Center.
No, we don't know that yet. We are in the planning stages of trying to find out who benefits from summer school. We were trying to put a list together to see if we can make a list of mandated students versus students that would like to come to summer school for enrichment. Right now, we want to be able to find out how many of our teachers are going to be applying for summer school, and that's going to give us an indication of what will be the target area or the target that we're going to be asking. No, this year the uniforms are going to be completely free. And so what I suggest you do is to contact either Mr. Valles or Mr. Duran for additional like information, because we are going to have a distribution date. And we want to make it, more festive. We're probably going to be outside. We're probably going to have a canopy. So we want to, we're planning for that during the month of August or up approaching September.
Okay.
Yes, I know that for a lot of the students coming back to the school, it's going to be an experience, because some of them are in 7th grade. They've never been in the building. They have 2 years with us and never been in the building. So, it's going to be an experience for them. We're looking forward to give them a good impression about the building and about the entire staff. Any other questions or comments?
And Duran, the other day, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because as you speak, we start to get things. So as you recall, a couple of years ago, we took the 6th grade on an overnight trip, and so as we begin to, and that was done so that everyone can come together, right? In the past, what and again, that's the minds that we work with, right? What tends to happen is that when we do trips, it's usually 8th grade, and kids get, at the end of the year, and all these issues happen. And so what we want to do is we want to do the trip before, so that they can get to know each other, so they can build that relationship, so that our kids who are in, usually the kids that are in the upper level are the ones that do the workshops for the younger kids. And so one of the things that as we begin to come in September, we're not going to lose sight of the fact that 2 years ago or 3 years ago we had this trip, which was an overnight trip for 6th graders, incoming 6th graders. So we also in the process of trying to allocate funding so that we can have this trip.
Great. In one of the meetings, I will show you again the pictures of that. We did it last year, but it was a great experience where everyone got to meet each other, the kids, all the teachers with the new incoming students, and it created a great relationship before starting everything. I would like to mention that we are I'm going to send out emails to see if we have any parents that would like to be part of the parent association and also part of the SLT for next year. We have to do an election this year. So whoever is interested, just let me know, and I'll give you all the information about it. It's an excellent experience. We don't ask much, we just ask that you have interest in participating about the school and share your experience with the other parents. Once we come in the building in person, then the group of parents would have the opportunity to plan fundraisers to help different classes or whoever they decide to help it. And whatever you do is just a decision of the group. We don't decide what the PA does, or you are a separate organization from the school. They're just trying to help. So, you would decide your own dates, your own hours, when to meet and everything. So if you're interested, please let me know. That we have a lot of our experienced parents are graduating 8th graders this year, and we have a lot of vacancies for next year. On the same topic of parents, last week we had meetings with parents and their kids about the Leader in Me. This is a concept that the school follows very much, and we are in the process to be certified as a Leader in Me school. And we are having these individual meetings with with students and their parents, and it's very eye-opening for the parents to see exactly the process of it and how does that impacts the child's life, not only the school work, but the life of how to get organized and how to think about important goals in their lives, or short important goals that they set for themselves. If if we have some parents here that would like to share their experience about their first meeting, I would appreciate your comments, if you will. If not, I understand because everybody's shy today. So next week, we're having our second meeting. And talking as one of those parents, because I'm a parent of the school, and my daughter and I and my wife and even my little one were in the meeting, and we all got to learn everything firsthand on what is it that they do it in their portfolios, and understanding the terms and understanding everything how it works. It's an awesome experience. So if we have any parents here that participated last week in those individual meetings, if you would like to share. I'm giving a dead silence here to put pressure on
I
you.
know she's looking for me, so let me.
Thank you.
I knew when she put on her camera that I was going to be in trouble. So I said,
Thank you, Ms. Anderson. We appreciate your feedback.
I didn't want to say your name, so not to put you on the spot.
hello, everyone. My name is Denise Anderson. I am Christopher Sanderson's mom. I had the pleasure of having the one-on-one meeting, and it was eye-opening. It was eye-opening for a lot of reasons. It definitely let me understand how much my son has done already. So first, it let me know what the topic was, how in-depth they were really going about it, and how useful it was. As a parent, it was eye-opening because I realized my son hasn't done as much as I would love to believe. And then being in the meeting, I was given tips and points of how I could be able to help and how it can be an overall arching lesson for the entire household, for inside the household and outside the household. So during that meeting, I, as a parent, was taught the need of it, how it transcends over different aspects of his life and how it can help me, how professional of a finished product that they're asking our children to do, and that the fact that they're all doing it step by step. So the great point was how wonderful one of the examples that they showed me was, and then it gave me a guiding point of how to understand what my child is, but also know that there is somewhere, there's a goal that we can meet or exceed, and we did it together. So it wasn't as if I had to go back to him and say, your teacher said. The conversation was really with him, and they introduced me or invited me and his dad in occasionally. So it was a meeting with him and his teachers, and we were there. So I guess another good point was we weren't allowed to, as parents, to overrule the conversation. So kids were able to understand that even though this is my mom, in every area of my life, there is a order of hierarchy, and there is someone that is going to tell you how to do it, and you need to follow them. So for my son to see that we were taking instructions from his teachers and his school leaders, I felt let him understand that he is to take instruction and follow exactly what they say and do what they ask for him, because it is to better him. So I think I got a lot more, but I don't want to, run on and on as I can. So yes, it was a great experience. We've been struggling with our homework, but I've been definitely trying to get it done.
Ms. Anderson, thank you so much for sharing. That was like coming from your heart. Understand you're not in this alone. We're in this together. And if at any given point you need to meet with us for a accountability meeting, We are all available.
Yes, thank you.
Yes. So one of my favorite parts is learning the vocabulary, and I've been able to use it at home. So like my favorite thing is that if you have a goal, if you don't have the steps on how you're going to achieve that goal, then it's not a goal, it's a wish. And that will be, I will mention that, like, you want to do this, is it a goal or is it a wish? And that sparks a conversation that is the same vocabulary that the teacher uses in the classroom. So it becomes part of the child, at least in the professional way, where they begin to think about their goals. And everyone, when you ask a child what they want to be when they grow up, especially if it is a boy, it will say a baseball player or a basketball player. Okay, so how are you going to accomplish that? So if you could tell me how you're going to accomplish that, then that is a goal. If you don't know, if you don't have the steps done, then it's a wish. And wishes are wishes. I learned that from Mr. Barrios. Wishes are wishes.
Oh, yes. You can wish all you want. It's not a plan, it's not a goal until you can execute the plan with the 4DX model.
Mm-hmm. Well, do we have any other question that you or comments that you want us to answer?
And for the parents, if anyone would like to be a volunteer to go through the process of going through the portfolios, please let us know and we'll give you a call and set up an appointment with you and your child, and we go through everything. And this is a very different process than when you do it for the teachers. This is just for you to understand the process and be able for your child at home.
Please read my emails. Please. I try not to send a lot of emails so that way you could have the time to read my emails. If I would send you everything that comes my way, it will be a lot of emails, but I don't want to overwhelm anybody. But when you see the email that says Middle School 390, it doesn't say my name. It says Middle School 390. Please read it. I appreciate, and I always, and then back and forth with parents through email. Saves you a lot of time, and it saves us too, because an email I could read it at any moment and reply back. Okay. So thank you very much. Have a great evening, and I hope you could join us next time. Thank you.